Hello, and welcome to Getting the Tea Tarot. I am your host, Miss Getting the Tea, and I wanted to do a reading over the Dakara Thompson case. Um, I found out and learned more in detail about this case a couple of days ago. Um, I also um, did a private reading, but it wasn't like a focus reading. It was just me up flinging my cards, drinking my coffee, watching TV. And when I was in the Big Mama deck, um, I pulled up her initials. I pulled up serial killer. I pulled up house, car. I pulled up a lot of cards that went into details about her situation and about her unaliving. I wanted to do an official reading and upload. So, um, let's get this show on the road. Dakara Thompson, Dakara Thompson, Dakara Thompson, Dakara Thompson. I call on my higher self. I call on my ancestors, spirit guides, universe, the Most High. Protect me as the reader. Protect this reading on Dakar Thompson. Let nothing but the truth and the whole truth come out about this reading. Dakar Thompson, 19-year-old DMV resident, was unalived or found unalived in Prince George County, Maryland. I like to know, what was the energy around her when she came in contact with the person that unalived her? Knight of Swords. Okay. Knight of Swords. So we have somebody that's approaching someone with the truth. Okay. Four of Swords. Four of Swords. I also wanted to say to y'all, on the last few videos, I've had some camera issues, and so you may not have seen the cards that well, and so I'm trying to rectify that problem because I want everybody to be able to see the cards, better than what they were seeing, so I apologize for that. We have this Four of Swords, where we have a lot of energy, a lot of thinking and trying to outthink, a lot of manipulation, a lot of truth that I feel Dakara wants to come out. Yeah, she was, let's find out, what was the energy? Did he force her to get in that car? Did he force her to get in that car? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is what we got here. I'll take these two out. Place them right here. Okay, so far what we have is this. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Somebody was trying to fight others off. Somebody was refusing to fulfill somebody's goal or request. Somebody realized that they had made bad plans. They had got in too deep, and I feel that this was Dakara. And I also feel that as a result of her unaliving this Four of Swords, that's when he knew that he was in too deep. Because now he had to dispose, and he had others that helped him dispose of her. I think that she was attacked by more than one person while she was in that bedroom. I think he was the mastermind behind it. He was kind of like the unofficial leader. He's the initiator. Okay. And why? Why was they there? Yeah. People partying. There's alcohol. There may be some other things there that will take you off of your A game. Okay, drugs of some form or fashion. Or something might have been slipped into the drink. People were gossiping. People were talking amongst each other. She didn't really understand fully what was going on or what was being spoken about. Spirit, tell me more about what happened with Dakara Thompson. Sit that right there. Why did she get into his vehicle? Why was she there at 3 a.m. getting gas? You left safety and sanctity and left, and I think she had either texted her father or told her father before she left that home that she was at, I'm going to get gas. Okay. What was why was she meeting this person? Okay, look, okay. We have a person that is studying things for money. They figuring out ways that they can get money. Okay? They're studying things, they're doing things. Somebody is also studying her. Okay? And why do I say they're studying her? Because look at this. We got the 9 of Pentacles. Right after the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel that this was the card. This, for them to be meeting at that place, had to do with some type of exchange of goods and money. What kind of goods? It could have been drugs. It doesn't have to be. It could have been some flirtation. He gained her trust. Maybe they went to the club. Maybe they met at the club, briefly had a conversation. Or he came out the club and had seen her and been watching her. Maybe they had spoken before through text messages, and maybe she was supposed to meet up with somebody, and it turned out to be him. And he talked her into some stuff. He gained her trust. Yeah. Because look at this. We got the Justice card. Now it's being investigated. Things are coming out. I feel more is going to come out, because how can you be in a house and you hear certain things but you don't know what's going on? It makes you wonder, was there more than what they were saying? Like, it was witnessed that, like, I also wanted to show you this card. See, 6 of Swords. In reverse. It's something from the past. Somebody can't get over with or deal with something. It's something in that timeline that's not adding up. But let's go back to this. Yeah, meeting somebody at 3. Why? Was there other people involved in her unaliving? Because when was there other people involved in her unaliving? Was Dakara fighting more than one person when she was physically being handled, when she was being attacked? Oh, yes. 10 of Cups in reverse. There was no harmony. Yeah, it was more than one person in the house. They not telling it all. They knew more that was going on because they were involved. Yeah. The Fool in reverse. I want to take advantage of you. That's what I keep hearing. I want to get a piece. Can I get some of that? I know this really sounds weird and warped, and I don't mean no disrespect, but that's what I keep hearing. Somebody was looking at her as if she was like a woman of ill repute, and they could kind of do what they wanted to do. Somebody, I feel also that she might have been, somebody slipped something into her drink. She might have been offered something, and that loosened her inhibitions. And when they seen that she went back there with him, they figured that they was entitled to. And she was in and out of consciousness. And this one time when she did somewhat become conscious, she's trying to fight, but she physically can't fight. But it becomes such a problem as far as how they're looking at it, of them controlling her, manipulating her physically. It caused her to lose maybe her life. So now they gotta get rid of her. Now let's go to this fire. Early in the morning, the neighbor said there was a fire, and it didn't smell like regular trash being burnt. It smelled like somebody had an animal, or it was something that wasn't just papers and cans and old wrappers and leaves. Something was cooking. Okay? Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Something was cooking. She was completely unaware. She was unaware. They had this plan. They had this planned. She was completely unaware. She was fighting them. She was completely unaware. Let's see. What was his intention? Somebody making an offer. It was a money offer. Somebody was making an offer. Somebody's money was coming in slow. Somebody was having money issues. Somebody had a lot of burdens. Financial burdens. He was watching her. She was watching to see who had the money. Something she wasn't happy or satisfied with doing. Something that she refused. But they said, no, we are the controlling energy. We are the controlling power in this situation. She had all these people that she had to face. and she couldn't physically dominate. I think he tricked her and he got her there for the means of doing things to her. This is another question. I want to tune into him again. This card came out. The Hangman. Yeah, she was done. She was cooked. The Hangman. There's going to be more arrests. I also feel like I want to tune into him. They said they found more lingerie, like several women's lingerie garments, wigs. If they didn't belong to her, who did they belong to? Had Hugo and the occupants of this house, had they done this before? Because it's definitely, I really do feel there was more than one. He was the initial person that did the deeds, but once they seen he was done, it was like they just decided to take their turns. And they did some very foul things. Everybody in that house. And who did not participate, they scared, they kept their mouth shut. But they know of everything. Yeah. She wasn't happy about this. When she seen all the people that was in the house and thought everything was cool, after he got her in that room, it was a wrap. Because like I said, she was drugged and then she was in that room. Like I said, she was offered a drink. Maybe tried something as far as like alcohol. She didn't seem like, I don't get the impression of her as being a drinker. Okay? It's like social. Every now and then. You know what I'm saying? In a social environment. I mean, we was all 19 before that shit. It's not like we never had a sip of beer. Hugo Hernandez. Had he done this before? Yes. Yes, he has. He's had help, the world, the community, the people that stayed in that house. He has traveled from where he was at. This has happened before. He's not new to the rodeo. How women say he's Guatemalan. And no disrespect to any of my Guatemalan listeners or watchers, okay? But there's been a lot of femicide over there. So how they may look at a woman and him bringing her home, and then, I hate to say it, but maybe with her being, ethnically, and it's, how she looked, they just said, hey, we're going to do what we're going to do. But I don't even think it was more a racial thing. I really don't. I think it was just opportune time. But he's not new to the rodeo. And then he came and traveled, and now he's done it again and before. So yeah, it's they not strangers. They not strangers at all. She met up with the wrong person. I'm gonna ask this: did he force her in that car, or did she willingly go with him? Because it's like he lied. He tricked her. He lied and he tricked her. Had they met before? Like, that's what I'm saying. Because like I said, why was she meeting him out there at 3 a.m. in the morning? Why did she feel so comfortable and so trusting to get in his vehicle? Did he force her into the vehicle? Like, did he pull a weapon on her and said, you better be quiet and get in this car or this truck or whatever vehicle he was in? Because it was a black vehicle. I think he said it was some kind of SUV or some kind of vehicle like that, big body. Or what I would call a big body. Yeah, did he force her into the vehicle? Like, why did she get in the car? He did. It was inevitable. The tower. She couldn't avoid it. Once he pulled the weapon on and got up in that car, she couldn't, like, yeah, it wasn't a good time for her to fight. And he might have had a gun. She's trying to balance out how to get out of there. Negotiating. Figuring out her chances. But this was going to be the end result. This is when I opened up the deck. She wanted to take action. She wanted to get out of there several times. She was thinking of different ideas, different opportunities, time to get out of there. But she wasn't able to. She tried. I think she even physically tried to fight, but I think she might have been under the influence. And of course, did nobody want to make things hot, even if they didn't participate in violating her in some kind of way. They knew they had to get rid of the evidence. Burning the evidence. That's what I keep seeing and feeling and hearing. Burning the evidence. This was not an accident. He had premeditated to do this. Let me ask Spirit. Still in Hugo Mendez's energy. Did he premeditate this? Did he pick her out? Did he pick her out? Did he pick her out? Did Hugo pick her out? Was this premeditated? Had he done this before? Okay. Yes. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. This is telling me that she, being a young person, he knew to try to take advantage of that. He's right. This was also telling me that something was kind of signaling to her a second sense of don't do this. And this confirms it, that her intuition was kicking off. It was like that little voice inside, that spidey sense, that feeling uncomfortable. Spirit guides. 6 of Swords. The Spirit guide is trying to lead her away. Saying, hey, I know you're a free spirit. I know you like to travel. This might also represent him. When he was younger, he was wild and he just did things freely. But now he's kind of has a more mature way or sense of looking at things as far as how he plans to do these crimes. Yeah, there was signs. Yeah, definitely premeditated. Lay the right bait, get her trust, get her close enough. Yeah, this investment's gonna pay out. Somebody was expecting something. I think she might have been expecting something. It's something he might have been there to try to buy off of her or from her. Yeah. Let's go back to my house. Let's go kick it. I got what you need right there. I just need to run and go get it. Oh, sit here. Would you like a drink? The whole time she's being set up. Okay, well, only thing I can say is that, this is for entertainment purposes only. I have the deepest condolences for her family. Um, I pray that they get justice, that the car gets justice, that like I said, I just can't imagine. I mean, wow. But to the young people, I would say this is if you are doing something that your parents don't know about, or your family or your friends, just because maybe you need extra money, or because you just didn't think something all the way through, think twice. Take out the time to really weigh up the pros and cons. If you have to hide a second life from everybody that's in your life, you don't need that second life. Okay? Never trust a coconut smile. Um, Thank you for getting the tea tarot.